Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. We are diving right in today to build a super practical, step-by-step toolkit for teaching the letter C to preschoolers. Teaching phonics isn't just about pointing at a board. It's really about building this foundational bridge between abstract symbols and physical sounds. So today, we're taking a magnifying glass to the letter C, and we're specifically targeting that hard K sound. We're going to break down the exact methods that take a confusing squiggly line and transform it into a sound and a shape that young learners can confidently master.
Here's our roadmap for today's lesson plan. First up, mastering the hard C sound. Second, the letter C vocabulary trio. Third, skywriting the letter C. And finally, interactive letter C activities. Let's get to it!
Okay, Section 1, Mastering the Hard C Sound. We're going to focus right now on the physical mechanics of the K sound.
So, you might be wondering, how do you actually teach the K sound? The tricky part here is figuring out exactly how to communicate those physical mechanics to a toddler. It's incredibly abstract for a young learner. You can't just look at a kid and say, hey, make a C sound, because to them, that instruction literally means nothing. They need to understand what their bodies actually have to do to produce that noise. So we're taking the abstract phonics of the alphabet and turning it into a physical action that they can control, feel, and replicate.
Actually, I want you to try this right now. If you've got a mirror handy, grab it. Look in the mirror. Pull your tongue back toward the back of your throat and keep your mouth just slightly open. Really physically feel how that sound is made. So step 1, pull the tongue back. Step 2, keep the mouth slightly open. By using a mirror or even close-up camera shots if you're making digital content, you're showing kids exactly how your mouth moves. They can physically feel the vibration and the airflow. It completely takes the guesswork out of phonics. When they can see the mechanics and feel the mechanics, they can absolutely master the sound.
Moving right along to Section 2, the letter C vocabulary trio. This is where we categorize words to really contextualize the sound we just established.
Organizing familiar words into animals, fruits, and everyday objects is a great way to have children contextualize the sound. So we have our animals: cat, cow, camel, caterpillar, crab, and crocodile. And our objects: car, cup, crayon, coin, and crown. But notice the fruits and veggies column? It throws a bit of a curveball. It lists carrot, cucumber, and corn, sure, but it also includes cherry and celery. This is actually a fantastic, built-in opportunity to gently remind learners that the letter C is a bit of a trickster and makes soft and ch sounds too. Grouping words like this creates associative memory networks. When they think of a farm, they pull up cow. When they think of lunch, they remember carrot. It builds a much stronger vocabulary foundation than a random, unorganized list ever could. All right, Section 3, skywriting the letter C. Let's move over to the physical writing mechanics and see how this builds on the sounds and words we just talked about. Before we ever even think about handing a child a pencil, we want to introduce them to skywriting. If you haven't used this, it's a highly effective technique where you explicitly demonstrate letter formation by tracing the shape huge in the air before ever touching paper. Why is this so critical? Well, holding a pencil requires fine motor skills that a lot of preschoolers are still actively developing. By taking the letter up into the air, we're engaging their gross motor skills instead. We completely remove the stress and pressure of gripping a tiny pencil and trying to keep it on a small line. This allows them to focus 100% of their attention entirely on the direction and the shape of the letter C.
Let's actually do this together. Seriously, hold up your finger and trace it in the air with me. Step 1, start high up at the top. Step 2, make a big, sweeping motion, curving back and around. And step 3, stop. Honestly, that verbal cue to stop is absolutely essential, unless, of course, you want an entire classroom of kids accidentally drawing the letter O instead. When you explicitly demonstrate this and have the children follow along using their whole arm, the muscle memory begins to set in long before graphite ever touches a page.
And finally, Section 4, interactive letter C activities. For our last section, we're going to look at how experiential, hands-on play really cements all this learning together. So we've covered the sound, the vocabulary, and the writing. Now we need to test their understanding through play. A fantastic auditory game for this is See or Not See. Basically, you hold up contrasting objects, like a cup and a spoon, and you have the children clap only when they hear that hard K sound. The concept is super simple, but it is incredibly effective for building focus. You hold up the objects, you say the word out loud, and the kids have to react. Cup gets a big, enthusiastic clap. Spoon gets absolute silence. This forces them to actively listen for those phonics rules we established back in step 1. It takes a passive lesson and turns it into an engaging, interactive challenge that makes your teaching highly memorable.
But auditory learning is just one piece of the puzzle. We want to make sure we're reaching all types of learners. You can also engage their senses with a sensory C tray full of sand, salt, or shaving cream. Yes, it is messy, for sure, but drawing the shape in foam while repeating the k sound combines tactile, visual, and auditory learning all at once. Next, for our visual learners, we have the C craft. Turning the letter shape into a caterpillar or a cat is just brilliant because it literally transforms the abstract shape of the C into the familiar image of a word that starts with that letter. And finally, the sorting basket. Setting up 2 baskets, one labeled with an uppercase C and one with a lowercase c, and sorting flashcards or toys into them refines their visual discrimination skills while keeping them physically active.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to think about your own learners. Ask yourself, which of these incredibly engaging multisensory activities are you going to introduce today? We've gone from the detailed mechanics of tongue placement all the way to a messy, fun tray full of shaving cream. Looking at the diverse needs of your classroom, or your children at home, how will you make the abstract concept of the letter C tangible, memorable, and fun for them today? Thank you so much for exploring this structured approach with me. Keep explaining, keep engaging, and I'll see you in the next one.